Okay, today I am speaking with the one and only Warren Tati. May I ask your real name?
Yes, my name is Vidyomin Werner. Werner, as in WERNTATTY. That's where it comes
How
from.
how come you named yourself the Warren Tati?
So I
Before
didn't,
we
first of all, I didn't thank you yet for having me on the show. This is an honor.
hold on, before we get into everything, I would
Yeah.
love to play one of my
Oh,
favorite
please,
songs.
yeah. Let's do it.
I need a refuge, someone to tell me that I'm not alone. Yeah, I've been on the run and now I'm running out of breath. I've been through so much stress, can't even stress how much I need to get off my chest. I'm only a rookie, I need help from one of the vets. Falling down into a dark abyss, that's why I need somebody to talk with me instead. I need a ready who will understand when I'm going under and can't even stand. A ready who will control me when my mind plays games, but the controller in my hand. A ready who will see me drowning and drag me out to dry land. A ready who will speak to me before he even speaks. The Rebbe, who's the one trying to find hope? I don't know who told me I don't need to catch it, but it's second not true. I'm not gonna stop. I've been doing everything wrong. I'll cross that soon. I'm sitting so rough. I've been on my own for too long. Rebbe, I'm waiting on you. First off, I want to hear all the struggles that you've been through. Want you to share all the troubles you've gotten into. It's insane to blame for all the pain, because it wasn't in vain, but meant to attain the power deep within you. Getting all upset by looking into your past. Start to change your ways. They will never last. Once the bad time, you come around pretty fast. Strap your seatbelt on, we're taking away the blast. So you're knocked down, you shoot up, big frown, you messed up, a pump sound, you been struck, you hit ground, you got stuck, you tapped out, you fed up, you had doubts, you let it up. The next round, you won't drown, you fall down, you get up. Oh, I've been fighting this war, on my own. Oh, I've been fighting way too long. There, the other man. Want to talk? Come on in. I'm glad for living here, willing to listen. Have so much to share, but people couldn't wait until I finished. I had enough, almost felt like all that I've been hearing. I was wrap it up, but I got so mad. Help me out with all the things I've been through. I want you to show me the ropes, so I don't have to climb this mountain alone. Your kiss keeps me afloat while I let your words sink into my bones. I did not need a pat on the back telling me where to go. I just needed a rep like you to help me find which way to go. Maybe I can see your greatness because I'm from a different view. The only job I try to do is I'm supposed to find you. So when life is getting tough and things are getting heavy, you can come back anytime because I love to be ready. It's fine. Oh, I was fighting. Oh, I've been fighting. But I'm not alone. But I'm not alone.
That's a good song. I'm glad you chose that song.
I It's amazing song.
Thank you.
Uh, um I need to find my camera, then you can see me a little bit better.
Nice. You look great.
Thank you. Okay. Nice. Wait. Mm. I'm not usually like this. Um,
No problem. We're
and
keeping it. We're keeping it authentic over here.
yeah,
You know, the
I
people
don't.
get what they get.
Yeah, I don't. You, I usually don't make it fake like everyone else does. I keep it 100.
That's right. Oh, is that a reference? I see what you did there.
Yeah, um, for some reason I can't find my flashlight on my phone. I would
Take your time.
love, yeah, I would love. Um, I Yeah, I don't want to keep your hair all night. Can you see me?
What did you say? I can hear you great.
No, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I will uh, turn on flashlight.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
Ah, good.
Oh, nice.
I hope.
There you go.
Okay.
Ooh, and the lighting is nice.
Okay. Um, I want to give two of your friends shout out. One is Ellie Dack.
Oh, he's the man.
He is.
You did an interview with him,
Second,
right? He was on the show.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's a close friend of mine.
Second, yeah, second friend of yours I want to interview and shout out is Yosef Kugler.
Ooh, he's also great. You just interviewed him also, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's also amazing. He's also a close friend of mine. Those are both
yeah,
legends.
they are. Okay, let's get back to how did you come up with WERNTATTY?
Oh, that's right. So I actually did not come up with it myself. In high school, I had a good friend. His name is Ozzy. Every time that we would see each other in the hallway, he would give me a big hug and he would call me WERNTATTY. That's just the nickname he made up for me because I told you my last name is Werner. That's where the Wern comes from.
Yeah,
And he made up the nickname WERNTATTY, and he would see me, he'd say, WERNTATTY. So that stuck in my head, and it was funny as like a nickname. But when I started making music, I had to come up with like a real name, and I wasn't interested in using my real name, so I had to think of something, and the only thing that I could think of was WERNTATTY, and it was funny. It was like an iconic, memorable name, so I went with it. Just in the meantime, until I could think of something better, and then at that point, it just stuck, and everyone was calling me that already, so I just kept it. The rest is history.
wow.
Yeah.
May I ask where do you grew up and where do you live now?
I grew up in Far Rockaway, and I now live not so far from Rockaway. I live in the Five Towns now. You want to guess which town?
I live in Faraque too,
Oh, okay. Hometown.
hometown.
Hometown. Born and
Um,
raised. Born and raised? You were born? Where were you born?
no, I was born in Queens,
Okay.
and I was grew up in Five Town, in Faraque slash Five Towns.
Okay, nice. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Um, where do you go for elementary school and for high school?
Elementary school, I went to Yeshiva Katana of Long Island, call it YKLI. And for high school, I went to Rambam Masifta.
Oh,
Very different from each other, but I love both.
yeah. Um, did you go to base Medrash or did you go to college?
After high school, I went to Eretz Yisrael to learn for 2 years. I went to Yeshiva Shari Mevaseret Sion. I don't know if you've heard of Mevaseret. I was there
No.
for 2 years. And then after that, I came back home. And now I'm learning in Shari Yoshev in Far Rockaway. This is my third year there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Um, the song I just played, you made that in Israel.
I did. That was with my Rebbe, with Glanz, Rebbe Glanz.
He rap. I
He
never
rap.
heard of a rapping Rebbe.
I know. He was the first. That's why, by the way, I was so excited because we knew that whatever song we would do together would go big because no one's ever seen a rapping rabbi who's doing that. And he's making a song with his Talmud. So
Yeah,
we knew that would be a hit.
it it's going to be a big hit.
Thank you. Baruch Hashem.
Um, at what age did you start singing, and how do you use it in your performance now?
So I started really actually writing poetry before I even started singing or rapping. I always liked rhyming. There was something about rhyming I always liked. just the words, working together. There was like a certain satisfaction that came with it that I couldn't describe, but I liked it. So I used to write poems growing up, like even in elementary school. And then once I hit around high school, I think this was already ninth or 10th grade, I still liked writing rhymes, but at a certain point, I wanted it to be more expressive. So I wanted to be able to do something vocal with it. So I had started singing and rapping. I sing a little bit, but I really rap more than I sing. And so
Mhm.
I started using my poems as a way of, you know, I guess rapping. I just viewed it as I was just saying my poems out loud, and it happens to be over some music. So I started doing that in high school and worked on it, like improved over the years. And then when I got to Mevaseret, that's when I started, I think, really like getting good. And that's when WERNTATTY started. WERNTATTY started in Israel when I was in Mevaseret.
Oh, WERNTATTY only started in Israel, not before Israel?
No, well, it depends how you look at it. WERNTATTY itself started in Israel, but I was rapping before that.
Oh,
Yeah. But like I
okay.
told you, the name WERNTATTY started already in high school. But the WERNTATTY music
Oh,
didn't start till Israel.
the name started before Israel, the music started after Israel.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
How did you first get drawn into music, and how did you first get started in music, and why?
I mean, I heard a lot of music growing up, and it's hard not to enjoy music. I mean, everybody enjoys different types of music, but I don't know. I just felt like, it really spoke to me, hearing different songs, especially when there was real meaning behind it. And, you know, especially songs that like really sound good with good production and good lyrics. And it's something that I just naturally learned to appreciate. And so like I had already I guess like an internal interest for music itself, just in terms of listening to music growing up. And then at a certain point, I felt like, so passionate about it that I felt, together with the poems, maybe I can start working on my own music. I didn't know if I'd be good or not, to be honest, but I knew I liked rhyming, like I told you, and I knew I liked
Yeah,
music, and I thought I had a good maybe like idea of what sounds good, what doesn't, and obviously I asked people's opinions, and um, but I just wanted to be able to express myself in a musical way. I thought that was really a cool concept and something that's it's different than just speaking. There's a lot of power to just speaking, words vocally, but to do it with music, accompanied by music, it gives it a whole different vibe and energy that I felt like I wanted to tap into. So I tapped into that, and Baruch Hashem, like Hashem definitely has helped me, continues to help me a lot, but just trying to continue to make good music while hopefully inspiring people.
that sounds amazing.
Thank you.
Um, what kind, what kind of theme or message are you trying to promote, and how do you connect with your audience?
The types of themes and messages that I like to promote definitely depends on the song. A lot of different songs talk about different things and different types of feelings or topics. But I think they're all under this big umbrella of just what we would call Jewish music, which I think to me means, you know, faith or anything about Amuna or about, connecting to Hashem or about, even challenges within Yiddishkeit and how to, get closer to Hashem and just trying to express Torah values in a way that hopefully people can connect to and grow from and be inspired by. Um, and so that's really the goal. And I guess the way that I try to connect to people is by, just being as personable and real as I can in my music and in my lyrics, that I put out there. And also on a personal level, like I like to perform live here and there if there's ever opportunities, and to meet people in real life and to hear people's stories or how some lyrics might have helped them in certain ways. That definitely gives a lot of chizuk and lyrics and songs and music in general as a way of connecting to people. It's very underrated, but it's very real if someone does it right. So I'm just really trying to do it right with Hashem's help.
That is amazing. With
Thank you.
Hashem's help, you can go anywhere.
That's exactly right.
Um, how many singles or albums do you have out now?
That's a good question. I think Ras Hashem, I think at this point I now have 30 songs, which is unbelievable uh, in just a few years. But Baruch Hashem, I've gotten, you know, chances to collaborate with so many different people. Um, and at
We're
this point,
going to we're going to get to that. I want to hear all about how many people you collab with.
yeah, Baruch Hashem, there's so many talented people, and to get to know these people on personal levels while working with them, it's been a massive schus. And at this point, I think a fun fact, I could be wrong, but last time I checked, I think I have more songs that are collabs than songs by myself, I think at this point, which is pretty crazy, honestly.
I want to ask you one question.
Okay.
Did you really go into a pool with your clothes on?
I did. I actually did, yeah. I went with Ellie to a good friend of ours,
Yeah.
Tani Frisch. He did the cover art for us. He's very, very talented with Photoshop, and we went to his house, and we really went just to take a regular picture. We didn't have a specific idea to jump in a pool, but it was pretty hot out. And Ellie looked at me and he said, we got to do it. YOLO. I said, oh man, no, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Like it was during my break also. It was during my lunch break in yeshiva. I'm like, how am I going to get back to yeshiva? I'm going to have to change. Ellie looks at me. He's like, are you really committed or not? Like, and I said, oh, you're going to guilt me into this? But I agreed, and Tani reassured me. He said, "Listen, if you guys do it, I can really guarantee you that it'll really look good. Like I'll make you guys look like you're in the middle of an ocean, stranded at sea." I said, "All right, I'm going to trust you guys." And we both went into the pool with with our clothes on. It was crazy, but it really did turn out great in the end. So
It
massive
was
props to
it
them.
was amazing thumbnail. It was
Yeah, thank you.
amazing.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. Um, when you are not performing, what do you do?
I'm either writing music or recording music, um, because it can be hard, and a lot of times, uh, we get what's called writer's block. Sometimes I'll sit and try to write for an hour, nothing will come out. It's really up to Hashem, and if it's you have to just try your best and give it your all, and you're either successful or you're not. But If I'm not performing, then I'm either working on new music or either trying to listen to old music that I put out to maybe see what can I do better, what can I talk about that I haven't talked about. Um, these are things I'm trying to do. I'm always trying to just improve and work on myself. And then whenever I'm not working on music, I'm in yeshiva.
Mm. Um, Hold on, I forgot to ask you. Did
By the
you
way, I should
really
correct
put?
myself. I should correct myself. Really, I'm in yeshiva, but secondary is the music. I don't want to make it
Oh,
sound like yeshiva is the is the secondary. That's
you,
really what it's most important.
I forgot to ask you. Did you really push Ellie Dax into the pool?
I don't think I pushed it. He told you that I pushed him into the pool?
No, he posted it.
Oh,
it
yeah. No, he's the one who told me to go into the pool. He had to convince me. But once I
it
went in
looked,
though, I was the first one to go in. And then once I
yeah,
was
it
in,
looked like you were head first into the pool.
yeah, I definitely didn't go head first. He did though. I think. I think he did. But I didn't I don't know. I Even though I was in the pool fully with my clothes on, I was still having a mindset of trying to be as dry as possible, even if that meant not going under the water. But that didn't really make any sense thinking back to it because I was in the water fully anyways, so
Yeah,
it wouldn't have really made much of a difference, to be honest.
you had to convince Ellie to come in to the pool. You were in the pool.
Yeah, he was convincing me. So finally, like I just randomly jumped in, and then all of a sudden he got hesitant. I was like, no, you didn't just make me go in now just to not come in. So he finally jumped in after me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. He's a
Um.
funny guy.
Yeah. He is funny. I wanted him to be a guest star on tonight's podcast.
Oh, no way. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He
he's a
said.
busy man.
Yeah. He said he was busy.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have if he could have.
Yeah. Um. How do you use your faith in your music?
My face?
No faith.
Oh, faith?
Yeah.
I try to really just express how I'm feeling, when I'm feeling whatever I'm feeling, and do it in a way that even if it's not the most positive, because I'm trying to be, like I said, as authentic as possible, but to still try to express it in a way that's at least hopeful or giving off a message that everything has its purpose and that Hashem is running the show at the end of the day. And so you'll find songs from me that are, you know, not as happy as some other songs that I put out. And then you'll find songs that I put out that are, super happy that'll make you dance probably. But they're both just different expressions of how I'm feeling at different times. And I think everyone has their ups and downs, and that's a part of, just living life and Yiddishkeit as a whole. And everything is just to, you know, connect to Hashem ultimately. If you can really just tap into the moment, and try to understand why you're feeling what you're feeling it, whenever you're feeling it. And so I'm just trying to express that in my music in a way that is faithful and that can hopefully, just inspire people to have some faith, if they don't, or even if they do, but not feeling it at sometimes, just to be able to tap into it through the music so that they can connect to Hashem themselves.
Yeah. Um, what's your favorite part of the creation process?
My favorite part, I think, has to be what a lot of singers call the car test. And what that is when you finish making a song, you've written the song, you've recorded it, and it's gotten mixed and mastered, and the song is almost ready to go, but you first have to listen to it fully and just to make sure everything's right. And so a lot of people will listen to the song on their phone, or they'll listen to it with headphones, or they'll listen to it, on a speaker. But then we
Yeah,
have what's called the car test, because it could sound good on everything, but if it doesn't sound good in the car, it's not good. But if it does sound good in the car, it's like 100 times better than on the phone or in the earbuds or in the speaker. That's in my opinion, because when you're in the car, it's playing like it's all around you. So you like
yeah,
hear that song, and you know what went into it and what you put into it, and you're now hearing it and you're blasting it at full volume, and it's just like you get really into it, and it's like a very satisfying, fulfilling feeling. So I think for me that might be the best feeling. But the honestly, if it's not that, the other competing feeling of the process is probably after the process and performing it live. I think that's also for me a very special feeling. I don't know if you would call that part of the process, but if it is, that's also definitely a winner.
that is. Um, what is your favorite song of your music?
Ooh, that's a tough call. Do you have one?
I think the song we played before we started the interview.
Yeah, that's a great song. That's one of my
I
favorites.
need a rabbit.
Yeah. Hmm, that's a really good question. I think probably my favorite song I've made at this point, if not that one, is uh is this song called Crunch Time. I made it a couple years ago, back when I was in yeshiva in Mevaseret.
Okay. Hmm. Um, who did you get inspired by both Jewish and non-Jewish singers to start singing?
That's a great question. Um, we'll start with non-Jewish. I have listened to and still listen to a lot of NF. I don't know if you ever heard of NF.
No, I, no, I don't.
He's uh he's very good. He's not Jewish, but his music is all clean, and he's very, very talented. And he's got great flow and great lyrics, and he's very real. He keeps his music very real. Um, and I've always appreciated his music and what he has to say, or the message he gives over, or how he says it. I always thought it sounded good, and I've emulated a bunch of his style into my music. A lot of songs that I've made, especially starting out, like Baruch Hashem, now I have friends who make beats, who can make beats, but starting out, I didn't know so many people. And what a lot of people do starting out is they'll, go online and search for beats maybe that people are selling or even giving for free. And so usually when someone searches up a beat, they'll search for a certain type of style of what beat they want. So for me, a lot of the
Oh,
time, I would always search for an NF type beat, because I always loved the beats he was rapping on, and it was always very cinematic, and you just felt it. Like, I don't know what it was about it. It always just hit very hard, and I always appreciated that. So a lot of my songs, honestly, I have a few songs that are out now that are really beats that I found that are NF type beats. So he was definitely an inspiration for me for a long time, and he still is. And in terms of a Jewish inspiration, I would probably have to say Nissan Black, I think, because I was growing up. I remember around like seventh grade, around bar mitzvah time. I think that song Hashem Melech 2.0. Do you remember that song? You know what song I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
he did with Scott Elbert.
with
Yeah,
God Elbaz. So when that song came out, it was huge, and I remember hearing that song, and I fell in love with it. And I at one point I remember like I had the whole song by heart. I knew every word, and I remember one time in camp, he came to perform the song, for everybody, and everybody got so hyped, and I thought that was so cool that somebody could be Jewish and from and still rapping and in a mainstream way that can inspire people and make people dance. And it wasn't looked down upon. And I thought that was super inspiring. And so I definitely looked up to him for being I think he was the one who probably broke the wall in terms of like introducing Jewish rap, you know.
yeah.
Um, so I owe him a lot of gratitude, I think, for paving the way for someone like me to be able to hop on the scene and make Jewish rap because he was definitely an inspiration for me growing up, and he's amazing
I
still.
think, I think before he Nixon Black ever came, Nixon Jewish rapper,
I think he was the
Matis
first,
Yohu.
right? Oh, Montes Yahoo. That's a good point, honestly. I mean, I wonder if he would call himself a rapper, but there are many songs where he would sing very fast, like it is kind of rap. So maybe, yeah, maybe Montes Yahoo would have been considered the first. I don't know, but I think that's a good
Matis
point. I'm not sure.
Yohu saying break it down.
Yeah, yeah, he was. I wonder, but I think Nissan Black was known more as like, like a rapper. I think Monticello was still known more as a singer, even if a lot of his music might have been considered rap, you know?
Matis Yohu is a rapper before Nixon Black ever came a rapper. Before we ever heard of Nixon Black, we heard of Matis
Monticello,
Yohu.
right. But on the other hand, he has that song. I mean, his biggest song, I think, is One Day. And that song is not even considered rap, I wouldn't say. I think
One
I would call him
one
more of
day
a
is
singer.
not a rap song. One day is not a rap song.
It's not. So when I think of Monticello, I don't necessarily think of rap as much as I would, with Nissan Black. But I think you are right, technically, that he was around before Nissan.
Yeah, Matis Yohu is a rapper and a singer.
Yeah,
He yeah
that's true. Nissan also is at this point as well.
yeah. Lot there are a lot of singers slash rappers before Nixon Black ever came out.
Yeah, that is true. So you're not wrong on that. But I guess definitely growing up, he was to me the biggest name, or someone that I looked up to the most. You know, I guess anyone
Yeah,
before him was probably before my time a little bit.
yeah. Um, how did you get the
Oh, you lagged out for a second. You want to say that again? Sorry.
I
Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Oh, why did you decide to become a rapper and a singer?
I guess I didn't really like make a conscious decision to become a rapper or a singer, but uh, they were both things that I really just enjoy doing. And at a certain point, I felt like it was worth putting out there for people to hear, and I'm glad that people enjoy it because something might sound good to me, but I don't know how it'll sound to other people. But the goal is really just to hopefully make good music that people can listen to and enjoy and be inspired by, that it really is the goal. I say that a lot, but that is really the goal. So I don't think I ever made a real like conscious decision like I'm going to be a rapper or a singer, but again, these are things that I just enjoy doing. And I guess naturally by doing it and by putting it out there for people to hear, by doing that, I guess I received or you know took upon myself the label of being a rapper or a singer, in doing so.
Yeah.
Like you're a podcast host, but did you ever make a decision
Yeah.
to, you know, like you probably said, I want to do podcasts and I want to speak to these singers and get to know them and their stories and their backgrounds. But by doing so, now
Yeah.
you're a podcast host, you know?
I want to get to know people's stories. I want to get more. I want to get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah, that's right. So that's a very special thing. I give you a lot of credit for doing it.
Think. Um, are you coming out with any new stuff?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited for you to hear it. I got a song this Motzei Shabbos. I mean, today, the day that we're doing this interview, it's November 11th. So November
Y-
15th, Motzei Shabbos, Mirza Hashem, I'm putting out a song. I can't wait for you to hear it. It's called In Between. Um, and then after that, I've got a big song, hopefully, maybe in a month from now, give or take, that I've been working on for a year, believe it or not. And
Wow.
I'm excited for you to hear it. And then hopefully after that, um, I'm excited to announce. People don't really know this, so I guess I'm kind of unofficially announcing it on your show. But hopefully towards the end of the year, or maybe towards the beginning of the new year, 2026, I hope to release my first album.
Wow. That that will be amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm excited for you to hear it. I think you'll really like it.
Yeah. Um, what's the most rewarding part about singing and rapping?
The most rewarding part, I think, has to be when people come over to me and tell me that the lyrics have spoken to them and resonated with them in one way or another. I've gotten messages from people or even in person, meeting new people. It's like it's wonderful to see that the music is getting out there. Baruch Hashem, like I really do nothing. I do nothing to get it out there, and Hashem spreads it out, and what the people that need to hear it, and I'm always blessed whenever I get to hear from somebody how it impacted them in some way, which is not a small thing, and I don't take it for granted. And it's what gives me the motivation to keep going, and the chizuk that just helps me continue to just try to get better and just be more real and put things out there and messages out there and songs out there that will just help people. So I think the most rewarding part of making music, rapping and singing for me is just being
Yeah.
able to hear from other people how it impacted them in some way because it makes it all worth it just to hear that.
That is good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Mm. Who did you record with? This is my favorite part. Who did you record with and who did you perform with?
That's a loaded question because there's a lot of names on that list. Baruch Hashem. Um, I don't know. I don't remember. I guess by heart, I feel bad if I'm going to leave people out, you know?
I that you performed with so far.
Who have I
Um,
performed with so far?
Joseph Kugler,
Yeah, I've performed live with him. He's amazing.
Alidac,
That's right. I made a song with him and
um,
I've performed with him plenty.
um, Lomo Zalmic,
Yes, I performed live with him too. He's amazing as well.
yeah. Um, you performed with this um Yehuda Pink,
Oh, Yehuda Pinsker, yeah. He's on I Need a Rebbe, the song you played.
yeah. You have his number?
Yeah, I could set you up with him. You want to get him on the podcast?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be amazing. He's a character. You'll have a fun time with him.
yeah.
He produces full
Um,
time for Thank You Hashem.
oh really?
Yeah, that's his job.
Oh. Um, what about Rabbi Glad? Um, your Rabbi.
Yeah, he's one of a kind. He was my Rebbe in Mevaseret, and he was already putting out rap music, by the time that I got there to yeshiva, and I was putting out my own music, and he and I would always see each other in the hallways, and we would make jokes, to each other, we should make a song, we should make a song, but we never actually did it, we never got around to doing it, and eventually, in the summer after my Shana Aleph, going into my Shana Bet in Mevaseret, I got a text message from Rav Gland saying, I think we should really get serious about this. When you come back, uh, you know, for the new year, let's have a meeting. Let's actually talk about doing this for real. And so we did that. When I came back for my second year in Mevaseret, we made a meeting. We sat in his office and we really schmoozed about it. And we said, you know, this is a big this is a big deal because like we talked about, no one's ever seen a rapping rabbi before. That's not that could go really viral, and to do a song with his Talmud, that would really be
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Eh,
So we decided if people are going to see this, and hopefully a lot of people will see this, we want to make a song that will, inspire a lot of people, whoever's going to see it. And so we decided to make a song, that captures uh the relationship between a Rebbe and a Talmud to the best of our ability, and with Yehuda's help and Tzvi Simchon, he's the guy who made the video, he directed and filmed it and edited it, and ultimately with Hashem's help, obviously, and with the yeshiva's help, they supported us. We were able to put that song out, and Baruch Hashem, it's amazing to see where it's gone, and it's one of my favorites to this day.
wow. Um, at what age did you start performing live?
I didn't perform live until I was in Mivaseret, honestly. So I guess I was about 19, 18, 19. My first time performing, I think, was when I was in yeshiva.
You did your first time performing was that song?
I don't think that song was the first time that I performed. I had a few songs that I put out before I Need a Rebbe, even though I Need a Rebbe is one of the first. But there were a few before that, songs that I made with my friends in yeshiva. And We performed that live and in yeshiva, at different times, at different opportunities, or if there were different events, the yeshiva would let us get on the mic, and it was really just a cool feeling. That's how I got started. I really I have a lot of cars to Mevaser. They got me started, I feel, you know. I also had
Um,
home court advantage over there too, because these were all my friends. It was scary, but it wasn't as scary knowing that everybody, who you're performing in front of, is your friend or your Rebbe or people that care about you. So the first time that I performed for uh, people that I didn't know was outside of yeshiva, but the first time I ever performed live at all was in yeshiva in Middlesex.
you wasn't afraid your friends might hate it.
What'd you say?
You wasn't afraid your friends might hate it or might not like it.
No, Baruch Hashem, everybody supported me. I mean, maybe there were people that didn't like it, but if they did, I'm glad they didn't tell me. That would have that would have sucked.
Yeah.
So I'm glad about that. I have a lot of good friends, Baruch Hashem, and they helped
Yeah.
me along the way.
Um, did you ever go to Waterbury?
I did not, but that's a very, very
Um,
special place over there. They do amazing, amazing things over there. They're very musically talented as well.
yeah, that's why thought about it. They have a lot of people who rap there, a lot of
That's right.
people who
Yeah.
sing.
Yeah. A lot of my friends, like Ellie Dex, like you mentioned, he went to Waterbury. They really do amazing things there. So I know a lot of people who went to Waterbury and really they say that it transformed their lives. They do miracle work over there.
Ellie, speaking about Ellie, that I think he mentioned that place performed his first song.
He performed his first song in Waterbury.
Yeah, Stranger.
Oh, Stranger, that's a good song.
Yeah,
That's a great song. But yeah, so then that makes sense. Waterbury is a place that even without having ever gone there, I could definitely tell you that Waterbury is a place where they just want people to feel comfortable being who their true selves, and if that means singing for the first time for people, and it can be scary, they make it a safe space over there for people to be themselves and to grow and to be the best people that they can be in the ways that that they can. So for a lot of people, that's what speaks to a lot of people is music, especially over there at
yeah,
Waterbury. A lot of guys are so talented, so it's a special thing that they encourage people to express themselves, in general, but especially musically. Um, so it's a very, very special and rare thing.
and then, um, how do you come up with your song?
I have to say, I mean, this sounds a little cliche, but it's really all Hashem. I can't really take credit for it. I mean, I try my best but it's like I told you before, it's all up to him if he wants me to be successful in coming up with good lyrics or coming up with a good tune or a good melody. And uh, if I'm not supposed to, then I won't, and it might be disappointing, but that's just the way it is. And I'm grateful anytime that I can, make a good song. And some songs take shorter to write and to come up with, and some take a really long time. And at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make it as best as I could, but I'll just sit and I'll play the music. A lot of people work differently. Some people like to write the song before they make the music for it. But me personally, I would have a hard time with that because then when I write the song, it can be hard to try to make music and try to fit it to the words and my flow and how I'm saying it. So I always like to have the music production first, and then I like to, write lyrics and melodies to the music. So, but that's my personal way of going about writing, but everybody's different.
May I ask how, before we move on, how do you pay for the studio? I may I ask? You
Yeah, that's
you
okay. I
said
mean,
you
actually, the truth is that when I started out, and I still do this very often, I really bought just a cheap microphone, and I had an iPad that had GarageBand on it that I could just, plug the microphone into and just record vocals on. And I just got a cheap pair of headphones, and that was all I needed to really just record my songs. And uh, I've learned to, that obviously the process of making a song can be more complicated than that, but I started out as simple as that, and even now, uh, I did. If I'm making a song by myself, usually I won't go to a studio. Usually I'll record it by myself. People don't realize that they can really just get the most minimal equipment, that's required, and make a really good song. You know, but if I'm collaborating with somebody, then usually I'll go to the studio with them. Um, but I really try not to pay if I don't have to. So usually, as long as it's not compromising or making the song not as good as I think it could be. Um, but if I can, I usually try to do it myself.
yeah. Um, may I ask? We are doing this at night. May I ask why you didn't want to do doing it during the day?
Well, in the day, it's harder. You're talking about the interview that we're doing?
Yeah,
Oh, that's because I'm in yeshiva. So it can be harder to find time. I wanted to give you the time that you deserve. So uh, I didn't want to be in a rush, for you. So I figured night
okay,
would probably be better. It's more open.
yeah. Um, what countries have you performed in?
I guess aside from from America, I guess Israel. Those are probably the only two.
Only two? You need more.
I I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. We'll have to go on tour.
You need to go to I see a lot of singers go to different countries. LA, Ohio, Canada, a lot of places.
Yeah, it's a special thing. So,
Yeah,
hopefully, as time goes on, and maybe if I get different opportunities, that would be amazing to go to travel different places and perform there. Meet new people. That would be a blessing. That would be really amazing.
yeah. Um, what kind of clientele do you sing for?
Really, anybody who wants to listen, or anybody who you know can appreciate what I have to offer, which I think is anybody. Um, so As long as someone's willing to receive, I'm willing to give, you know.
Um, Last question is, what words of inspiration do you have for the world?
What type of inspiration do I have for the what? What'd you say?
World. WORLD. World.
I would say if I had to give a message to people, I would say that the most important thing is to be yourself and stay true to your values. And I would say that if anybody is musical like me, I would say that uh, you know, if they can remember that music is a very, very powerful way of connecting to yourself and with other people and to Hashem most importantly. And it's something that can be really enjoyable, but it's something to not to take lightly because you can really inspire people if you do it right, and that's really the goal at the end of the day. And if I had to leave everybody with one, with one, I guess, quote, I would say, what I would say is that, uh, it has to come from your heart, and if it comes from your heart, then it will enter theirs. That's what I would say.
Wow. I want to thank you for coming on the show. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for having patience.
Thank you. You made it easy for me. I had a great time. So thanks so much for having me on. This was a pleasure and honor. This was a long time coming. We wanted to come on the show for a while. So I'm glad we got to finally
Yeah,
do it. Thanks for having me on.
you're welcome.
All
Have
righty.
a good night.
You too, Yehuda. Take care. Thanks again.
Yeah.